Quick talk, you bare-handed and generous goblin, you magnificent musketeers. 2017 is upon us, like a rocket on the horizon, quickly and inevitably approaching. But there is still elixir to be squeezed, potential, dormant, and waiting in our last 2 days of 2016. I see great things for our little community here. I think we could do incredible things as a channel and as a community, but it's only going to be possible with your help, and in these last 2 days of this year, let's give Gaming with Bare Hands one last boost before we shoot ourselves into the next year by sharing a video. If you would, take your favorite video, share it on your social media, Facebook, Twitter, or do a screen print. Print it out, tape it to your friend's back, slap it in his face. It would be incredibly appreciated, and just a little bit extra of a boost. Together, we are unstoppable. I appreciate your continued support. On to the video. What's going on, and welcome to Gaming with Bare Hands. We have a Clash Royale video today highlighting the Elite Barbarians, the Lumberjack, and the Electro Wizard in a deck we like to call the Elite Lumberjack deck. I am having some pretty good success with this monster here, with a furnace to play as a defensive structure and an ice golem. Holding both the Lumberjack and the Elite Barbarians allow us to decimate Royal Giants when they show up. So that makes me pretty happy. Royal Giants seem to be taking a beating since the Elite Barbarians have become prominent, but it also does a pretty decent job defending against the Elite Barbarians if you manage your elixir correctly. Having a lot of fun with this deck. I'm going to jump into a couple of replays, show you this deck played in several different scenarios, and then we're going to try and do some live battles, and as usual, we will try to make this deck work on the spot with me commentating, fumbling over my words as I try and play and talk at the same time. It's my fave. Alright, our first game here against the Bolt, with 2 lightning bolts on either side of his name. Really wish I had known to put cool lightning bolts next to my name, because I'm missing out. He throws a level 12 Royal Giant, and I will say, now that I've hit 4,300 trophies, we are facing a lot of level 12 common cards, and we are facing level 12 players with level 13 common cards, and it is really rough playing against that. We have got the Ice Golem here blocking, and he gets a money log here, but notice that Royal Giant just is gone, okay? So we were able to tank it with 4 elixir with the furnace. Unfortunately, our furnace is not getting a whole lot of trickle damage now, as we're usually playing against level 11s and up now, which is good. That we need that learning. We need that learning process there, but also that princess doesn't die. We're forced to play our minions down. Just kind of trying to figure out what his deck is at this point, and with our Elite Lumber Zap deck, we need to focus on being really defensive, and I feel like a broken record when I say that, but play fairly defensive and then use the counter push to get the damage on the tower. Like right here, he has got his Royal Giant coming down, and if I had really committed over on the other side without knowing what's in his deck, I can get burned really bad. He's coming in with Elite Barbarians and a Royal Giant. We're going to be able to shut this down fairly decently. Unfortunately, one of the Elite Barbarians runs off to the side there and takes out the furnace, but we don't take any damage on our tower from that nasty push coming in, and we're going to do a little Lumberjack rush here. Look at that sliver of health. We zap his tower and his princess, which I think was worth. We got the princess, which we were going to have to deal with anyways, zap the tower, stalling it enough for another like 200 and some damage swing with the Lumberjack. And now that he's played this Royal Giant all the way in the back, I'm going to go ahead with a push over on the left-hand side. So I'm going to throw down the Elite Barbarians, the Ice Golem here. He's going to go ahead and throw his Elite Barbarians down to defend. And we're going to have a little bit of a kind of counter push thing going on here. Again, we shut the Royal Giant down completely, and then we have another counter push going down. So at this point, I realize I've extended quite a bit of elixir. So why wait? Let's go ahead and push this side over here. He throws Elite Barbarians down, but after his Ice Wizard hits the battlefield. So he was kind of low on Elixir there. But check this out. We get the Lumberjack down on this side. Our minions are going to defend on the other side. I love games like this where it's going back and forth. Unfortunately, his Elite, or his Royal Giant actually gets swings off on our tower, which I was a little upset about that because we wanted to completely shut the Royal Giant down, but doing counter pushes on the other side kind of sets you up to get a couple of hits on you. We get the Electro Wizard down here, which unfortunately is going to get smashed in the face by the Elite Barbarians. And then we have like a little mini push coming here, which he zaps. Now, since he zapped it, he throws his Ice Wizard down. I feel like his Fireball was his option there. And with the Rage spell, we are going to demolish that tower. You cannot leave that Lumberjack alone. That thing is a monster, and if you can manage to get those Elite Barbarians raged as well, that is nasty. I didn't really have a lot of options to do that game, as we needed to defend against the Royal Giant pretty regularly. Perhaps we could get that to work in some later reel here. All right, this game against Hamed 70-33 is a little ridiculous on this guy's card level, okay? They're insane. I believe his princess is maxed. How? How is his princess maxed? Level 5? That is insane. I only have level 2 on legendary cards. I think my princess is 1 card away from level 3, though, which is pretty exciting. But level max, his rare cards are level 9. He's got a level 3 Ice Wizard. He's got a level 6 Epic card over here on the left. We're going to zap that so we can get some preemptive damage on this tower. Unfortunately, we do not deal anything to the pump. So when I see pump decks, I'm kind of thinking we're going to have to deal with some serious power in double elixir. So I kind of want to either deal with the pumps early or rush a tower. And we didn't kill that tower on the first rush, but we got it down below 1,000, which is pretty good. So he's coming in with, look at this, a level 4 miner. I gave a wow because I think this might be the first time I've ever seen a max legendary card in ladder play at my level. He's going to come in here with the guards, and we had 1 Fire Spirit hidden in those 3 units there. And that actually is what gets us that win, because that was like another swing for those units off of all 3 of those guards. So that was wonderful. We go ahead and take care of that tower. But now the death balls are going to start rolling our way with these monstrous princesses here. I'm going to go ahead and tank and spank here, throw down the minions on the princess after she's already targeted on the ice golem, and he throws another pump down. So he really wants to pump up, which makes me think even more. This man just wants to build this unstoppable push, and he's probably used to doing that. Start an unstoppable push in just 3 crown. Doesn't matter if they got his tower first. So I'm going to answer this quickly. I'm going to throw my Elite Barbarians down immediately to start dealing damage to that giant. Okay, so the giant is going to drop to about half health before he crosses our bridge. Then I need to answer this miner here, so we throw the Lumberjack down here. He has another level 10 giant backing this stuff up. We're going to go ahead and Fireball and then Zap to deal with the Witch. And was that 2 Witches or was it 2 Ice Wizards? That was insane. Unfortunately, his princess is going to get taken out by our, unfortunately for him that is, taken out by the minions. We clean up this miner with the Lumberjack, and he is short on time. All we need to defend is 1 more push, and he's not going to have quite as much time to build that push up. And so he throws a giant right into our Lumberjack Elite Barbarian mix here. And look at these units. Look at these. It's like David's Mighty Men fighting through the army. And we go ahead and end that. Look, those Elite Barbarians and the Lumberjack survived forever and just slaughtered all of that. What an awesome game. All right, game number 3 here. Max R45 is a Pekka deck with a wizard. Now, interesting thing about our deck is there are not a lot of units you want that Pekka to swing on. Okay, you want the Pekka to swing on small things like skeletons or guards, but we don't have those in this deck really, and our Ice Golem is only going to stall the Pekka for so long, We've got a raged Elite Barbarian over here getting 3 hits off on his tower, which brings it down to 1744, and then a level 12 Barbarian running toward our tower, and I'm pretty sure we only take 1 hit here. Yep, we take 1 hit from that, and I felt good about that exchange until we see this Pekka dropped on the back of the field. So I'm kind of thinking, how are we going to deal with a Pekka, at least stall it long enough without it just eating through our high elixir cards? You know, if it takes a swing off on an Elite Barbarian, that's like 3 elixir that you're losing there per swing. So that's pretty hefty. So I decide let's kite the Pekka around here. So I throw my Ice Golem down and then my Electro Wizard over on the other side to kind of deal with that Wizard. And then we throw the Elite Barbarians down here with Electric backup, able to stop the Pekka from killing the Elite Barbarians, which I thought that was pretty nice. And then our minions are going to clean up here. We sustained quite a bit of damage, but I felt that was a successful defense, and we could potentially even do it better the next time around. Our minions are going to sneak up to that tower and get some good damage on, so that tower is below 1,000. And guys, this is a level 10, so we have an under-leveled furnace for the levels that we typically play against. Playing against a level 10, a level 8 furnace is perfect because it spits out level 10 little flame globbies there that actually make one of them to the tower, dealing quite a bit of damage. So we're going to fireball this wizard here, and then we're going to deal with the wizard so it doesn't deal damage to our furnace, but too late. We don't get it down fast enough, and now we have a little push coming here with the Lumberjack, and Lumberjack is going to just beat against those barbarians. Unfortunately, we get them down pretty low in health. Waste a little bit of elixir here, but that's okay. We try and rush this tower before the Pekka can get past it, but he's able to draw this over to the side, and now look at that, man. I feel like I just threw away 6 elixir. Now, what we're going to try and do is exactly what we did before. Let's go ahead and kite this Pekka to the middle. Go ahead and get our Electro Wizard over here on these Barbarians, because those are almost as big a threat. We go ahead and tank and spank the Wizard so we can get these minions down on the field, and still, this is still kind of nerve-wracking. Let's go ahead and get our Ice Golem down here, which is going to make the slow unit even slower. And now, my thought process there was the Electro Wizard is going to stop the Pekka from getting any further. A Fireball is going to really stunt his push here, and now we are ready to go. Let's go ahead and push. We could choose any side because both of his towers are down to 574. And what we're going to choose to do is ignore the Pekka here. We're going to take a gamble and just rush his other side. And he gets, look at these, level 12 Barbarians are going to do a really good job here, but with our Electro Wizard stalling everything, we barely get in there and take that tower out. Elite Barbarians with an Electro Wizard behind it, and an Ice Golem. So we had a lot invested there, but that ate all the way through those Elite Barbarians up to the tower and clutched me that win. It clutched me the win there as the Pekka was approaching our tower. Pretty scary stuff, because after he threw the Barbarians down, I'll be honest, I pretty much thought I lost this game because I tried to take a gamble there. Alright guys, are you ready for some live battles with this deck? Let's see if we can make it work. Again, like I said, we're playing against some really high-level people, and so we might just get stomped completely, but let's go ahead and give it a try and see exactly what I'm thinking as I'm going against these people. A level 12. Our first person is a level 12. They're giving us a good luck, so let's thumbs up, good luck, and give them a thanks. Alright, let's throw a Furnace down here. More of just a stall tactic to see what he's got in his deck. Alright, we've got a level 9 Wizard. Let's go ahead and throw our Electro Wizard down in the back here. Okay. Take that out. Our Lumberjack's going to run up here. Let's go ahead and fireball all of this out. Alright, so first blood, we managed to get some damage off on the tower. Skeleton army. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Furnace over on the other side. just so I don't have to deal with the skeleton army. And let's go ahead and throw this down. Electro Wizard. Oh, I missed it with the zap, unfortunately. The Electro Wizard is going to get a zap off on the Witch. Let's pull some of these skeletons back so we don't sustain a ton of damage. You guys remember what a skeleton army level was? Will my zap kill it? I imagine he's going to skeleton army, so let's get our zap ready. No, he's going to barbarians. I'm going to do a cross lane furnace here. And then a lumberjack to deal with the giant as it walks toward our furnace. So 1, 2, 3, hit that giant, bring it down. Then I'm going to do a, oh, we need to tank and spank right here. Throw this down. It resets. Let's go ahead and minions that. Minions, come on, man. Oh, and he still gets a hit off, and then that's going to splash over there. Let's go, Spaghetti-O. Oh no, he's got skeleton army, and I totally forgot. Throw this down, throw this down. Stall him, stall him. Fireball right here. Oh, and he freezes all of it. Oh, he freezes all of it and is able to take out our tower. Guys, we've got nothing against this. That was a really poor play on my part. I should have just defended there. I don't feel like we got crushed because of card levels. We got crushed because we committed to a push. We knew he had the skeleton army and we didn't wait for us to have a zap. So that was just a really poor play and cost us the game. Very obviously cost us the game. Okay. SRC Clan. What kind of gamers do you produce, SRC Clan? We have got an interesting start here with the Ice Golem Elite Barbarians, but I'm going to play it super safe and just get an Ice Golem here in the back, see what he does. He's not going to do anything, so I'm going to throw my Electro Wizard in the back because... Ooh. Interesting. Alright, let's throw a Fireball over here. And then check out our Electro Wizard do work to that one over on that side. And our tower should actually be able to clean this up. We don't take a single hit from that. And let's just go ahead and play super slow like that again and get a furnace down. Go ahead and throw a furnace down. Elite Barbarians. Let's go ahead and get an Ice Golem here. And then minions. Level 12 minions. I believe that was an equal elixir trade there, even though he got damage off on our furnace, but our furnace wasn't really doing a whole lot of damage, and so now that we know that it is a Royal Giant deck, we can kind of prepare accordingly. Alright. Go ahead. He just used his minion horde and his barbarians here, so that's going to do some serious work. And now we can get our furnace down and check it out. His tower over there is gone, and we could prep up with a fireball here against all of this. All right, he's going to get good damage off, but one of his towers is gone, and we can shift to a solely defensive structure of gameplay here, saving the fireball for the, save the fireball for the big guns there. What side is he going to go? Electro Wizard. Zap. I love that Electro Wizard. Love, love, love. I'm going to go ahead and throw down the furnace here. Not talking a lot because this is kind of a lot for me to think about right now. Electro Wizard is going to clean that mess up there. Woohoo! I'm glad I thought to play that Electro Wizard there because that was nasty. Sorry, not a whole lot to commentate there, as I was super focused, but kind of the idea was, you saw the idea, you know what the idea was, just defend really well against those 3 musketeers. Whew. Well guys, I don't have all night to record, so I will just kind of recap a little bit. When you're playing against the skeleton army, do not throw all of your eggs into one basket without enough elixir or the zap spell in rotation. It is foolish and you will lose your games because of it. It will hurt every time you do it. You'll throw your stuff down and then you'll go, no! And then they'll play the skeleton army and you'll waste like, what kind of an elixir trade is that? You got 6, you got 4, it's like 10 for 3. I don't think there's another thing in the game quite as painful as having that happen. One time I had a guy mirror a lower level minion horde on top of itself, and my zap was able to take it out because it was so much higher, and I killed 11 elixir with 2 elixir. So that's a worse play, but not by far. Do not throw that down into a skeleton army without your zap. Also, even though your furnace may not be getting to the tower, having a defensive structure to stop cards like the Royal Giant, pulling the Elite Barbarians that they play over to the side, splashing damage against humongous level 12 and 13 Barbarians. The Furnace is a really great card. If you've never played with it, I really, really, really recommend it if you have it even close to the level that it needs to be. And also, you throw down some challenges. You don't need it that high. You only need it at level 7 for it to work in a challenge. The Furnace is incredible. Using the Elite Barbarians is really great. I prefer with this deck to get the Lumberjack down a lot of times if I can as a defensive card, and then as it runs you can go ahead and throw those Elite Barbarians, granted the rotation of your and their cards are favorable for you, and that will just decimate a tower. And don't forget, the Lumberjack with the minions can take a tower out by themselves if you have a nice counter push, like if they throw down a large unit and you know they're dry on elixir, you could do a really quick counter push over on the other side and decimate their tower, take it out, give yourself the advantage there, and then use your Elite Barbarians as a defensive card. The Electro Wizard literally saved me the last game because he had like 30 units on top of my tower and I went and played it. What an incredible new card. If you guys are not blessed enough to have the Electro Wizard at this point, I am sorry. And may your luck be amazing. May your luck be bountiful. And may you pull an Electro Wizard in your next 3 chests. We can hope, right? Don't forget to come back, as always, for more Gaming with Bare Hands. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have an incredible day. Peace out.